Tyler, Tyler, Moga, Moga.
And your position in your class?
I'm an inside linebacker, and I'm a senior.
All right, well, inside linebacker, Snider always starts with line play and defense. So tell me about this defense for this team, because it's always one of the backbones of Snider Panther football.
Well, our defense this year is very strong. We have a lot of young guys. You know, we don't have much Friday night experience, but we're a unit and we're a tight group, and we know what we have to get done to be the attacking defense and not let offenses attack us, and we're ready.
Obviously, you won your first 14 games last year. Would have liked to win that final one. But how much motivation does this give you heading into the season, knowing that it was so close last year to your ultimate goal?
Well, we experienced it, but it wasn't our team. But we know what it takes, what type of work we have to put in, and now we know the extra mile we have to go to actually complete the season and win state.
Take a look. You're going to graduate great players every year, but you graduate your quarterback, your three-headed monster, at running back, top wide receiver, defensively. You know, Weston was one of the anchors. How do you go about replacing those players? And then the fact that you guys rung the SAC bell last year, how much motivation is that to make sure that you keep it in your possession?
Well, it's not about keeping it for us. It's about winning it, because it's not our bell, it's their bell. So we have to go and make a stand for our senior class. And we have the players and the power and the strength, the athleticism to replace the people we lost last year, and the trust. We all trust each other well. We trust the people we play next to. So I think that's going to get us through.
Obviously, it doesn't get a whole lot better than 14-1. But as far as this team goes, what are some of the things that you like about this squad coming back here in 2013, and some of the things you guys are going to be working on to get ready for August 23rd?
Well, they've been a hard-working group, you know, since last off-season began, right after the state championship game. You know, they've been hard at work in the weight room, the classroom, and you know, outside on the track and on the field this summer. So that always is the beginning of any kind of success. And if the kids are willing to work hard, and with our senior class, if the senior class is willing to work hard, that'll spread to the younger guys, and that certainly has been the case.
Snider is always seems like you always have a great offensive line, a great defensive line, but you know, you graduate Brandon Phelps, who, if I remember a quote from you, is you said best quarterback in Snider history. Quentin Daniels now at Ball State, the three-headed monster running back, all graduated. So how do you replace some of those skill positions, and who are some of the guys that are candidates to replace Brandon at quarterback and also the running back position?
Well, you know, we don't think about replacing those guys, because they were great, and you know, they left a championship legacy at Snider, and you know, it's now up to the next senior class to kind of fulfill that spot. And you know, at the quarterback position, we have a battle right now between Connor Haxton and Colton Painter, two uprising juniors that are both very talented, very capable players, and they're kind of battling out with a third guy, Isaac Stiebling, you know, also in that competition. So, you know, they've been battling all summer, and we'll continue that into August and kind of make a decision for the first game. At the tailback position, had an injury at the beginning of the summer of a guy that we thought was going to be, you know, at the forefront of that, and so that set us back a little bit. But there'll be three guys that, you know, kind of like we did last year, a three-headed monster to begin with, and we'll let it play it out and see who surfaces, and if we continue with three guys, or you know, one guy predominantly does all the work. But Jabri Bramley, DeAndre Billingsley, and then Alec Roy is a guy that played fullback for us all year, and he'll play a little more tailback and you know, dot the I a little bit more so than he did last year. So those three guys mainly.
Yeah, good pass catcher. Talk a little bit about defensively. Obviously, you're a defensive guy, so I guess Mr. Blackman, from what I read, is a pretty hot prospect. And how's his defense coming together? What do you think some of the strengths will be of the Snider defense?
Well, Raju's bringing, you know, 2 years of starting experience to the linebacking core, and that's invaluable. 15 games last year, and he didn't miss a game, and so he brings a lot of wealth of knowledge and experience that he passes on to the other guys. He's our vocal leader on defense. You know, he understands football. He's a great intellect for football, and how things work, how things need to be in place for us to be successful. So, and that's a huge advantage. It's your quarterback on defense, and as valuable as Brandon was as a returning starter last year as quarterback, you know, we have that on defense with Raju. And then Donovan O'Day up front, you know, another guy that played 15 games for us last year and played very well. Has really grown and he's a big, strong kid right now, and a long kid that is going to have a good year on the defensive line. Mitchell Boney, another upcoming senior that's gotten bigger and stronger. And then Matt Schwartz, with some injuries last year. Matt's a junior, but he played quite a bit, replacing when Weston got hurt, Cayman White got hurt. So he has, starting experience, maybe half the games that we played last year. So those guys bring a whole lot of experience up front, defensive line-wise.
Obviously, you played in the 5A state championship game last year. Definitely would have liked to come out with a victory in that one. But moving up to 6A, does that change anything that you do this year? Or how do you approach moving up knowing that once you hit the playoffs, you're in 6A?
Well, we're actually staying in 5A.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't move up. Just the way the enrollments worked, the cutoff was 32 teams, and we're at about the 38th team. So, it'll be different for us. We'll play teams, if we're fortunate enough to continue to advance after the sectional. Our sectional looks the same, for the most part. And the teams that are in our sectional were in our sectional before, so that won't be any different. And if we're fortunate enough to advance, it'll just be new teams that we're not used to playing. But if you get to that point, you're going to play a good team no matter what. So it'll be different. It's not something we've talked about much, especially with the kids. We've kind of glanced at it, looked at it, but other than that, I haven't been giving much attention to it.